Natalia. I'm a freelance WordPress web designer with more than 7 years of experience creating websites for small and medium companies. My goal with this channel is to help freelancers and aspiring freelancers like you to leverage technology so they can start working for themselves. If you're interested in that, please subscribe and keep watching. Today, I want to talk about WordPress themes. I'll start by explaining what a WordPress theme is, and then I'll give you a few pointers on what you should consider when choosing one. Stay tuned as I will give you an introduction of my all-time favorite theme. In my previous video, I explained what WordPress is and how you can use it to create your own website. We installed it on SiteGround's web hosting, and I showed you the basic backend that you will have with every WordPress installation. If you haven't done this yet, feel free to watch this video here to catch up. The next step is choosing your theme. So what exactly is a theme? Simply put, a theme is a collection of files like images, code, or style sheets. These files determine the appearance of your website. Depending on the theme you choose, you can change little things like colors and fonts, but you can also be able to create whole layouts. There are thousands of free themes out there. Let me show you how to find them. Okay, depending on the hosting that you have and maybe even the theme that you've installed, this page here will look slightly different. I think this is a very specific SiteGround design that we have the different tabs here at the top, and usually you will be able to click on here and see additional information. If for some reason you cannot do it because here we don't see that, you can always Google WordPress themes repository. If you are on the WordPress repository, you will see the little hover effect here, and then you see more information. If you click on it, you will be able to see when it was last updated. And in this case, this was updated today. And if we go back, you will see that this differs from theme to theme. For example, this one, well, actually, this one was also updated today. Funny. Okay, let's find one that was not updated today, but maybe a few days ago. Yeah, so for example, this one was updated on November 21st. I mean, it's still quite recent, I would say, but just make sure that you don't install something where it says has not been updated in like 3 years, or something like has not been tested with the latest version of WordPress. That's never a good idea. As you can see, there are many really cool themes here which are free, but price is just one aspect when it comes to choosing your own theme. Which is why today I'm going to give you 5 aspects which I think you should consider when you choose a theme. The first one is functionality and ease of use. As I said in the beginning, the theme you choose will determine the appearance of your website. If you like a theme, you should figure out what you will be able to adjust. In theory, you could adjust anything if you know how to code. But if you don't and the theme doesn't give you the option, you will be stuck with what the theme offers, and it will be a challenge to expand on that. I would suggest to take the theme for a test run to see how easy it is for you to use. Many developers, of course, that create these themes will tell you that it's super easy to use, but in the end, it is you who decides what easy is. And the last thing within this first part, which is functionality and ease of use, is to see if the theme comes with additional extensions or plugins. What I mean by that is if you want to add a form, for example, to your website, does the theme include some kind of form builder, or does it include maybe a block where you can create your form? It can be built into the theme, or of course you can also expand by adding a plugin. But just so you understand that a theme is not only here for the design aspect, but also can give you a lot of functionality too. But you don't have to worry too much about functionality, especially not now, because you can probably find a plugin for anything that you need. It's just nice to know, because if the theme contains all the things that you need, you will not have to search for extra plugins or extensions. The second thing you should think about when choosing a theme is compatibility. Let's assume you are planning to create an online store down the line. For that, you will probably install WooCommerce, which will give your simple website full e-commerce functionality. If your theme is not compatible with WordPress, you can have different issues ranging from simple design mistakes to things not working. In order to prevent that, I suggest you think about all the things that you might need in the future. So when you choose your theme, you can already have that in mind. In general, it is always a good idea to read the reviews and the questions that people have about the theme. Sometimes I even read the documentation if the developers have not mentioned whatever I'm looking for in their sales page. If you're having trouble knowing if your theme is compatible or not, leave me your question in the comment section and I'll try to help you find the right solution. The third point, maintenance, is super important. You have no idea how many clients I've had that have come to me because their website isn't working anymore. And as I've looked at their theme, I've realized that it had not been maintained by many months or even years. WordPress is constantly changing and getting better. For themes and also plugins, by the way, to stay compatible with WordPress, they have to be maintained, and sometimes they even have to adjust the code a little bit to whatever new WordPress feature comes out. If no one does that, it's going to be very likely that at some point you're going to have compatibility issues. That is why I suggest you always check out when the last update of that theme was. And if it is a paid theme, you can find that information as well in their logs. Let me show you how to find that information. All right, so if you log into your WordPress backend, you will have a navigation item here called Appearance. And if you hover over it, you will see Themes. So if you click on Themes, you will see that WordPress has already installed 3 themes for me. And right now I'm just using the 2023. But if you want to search for other ones, you can also go to Add New. And then you will see that there are a lot of free themes here that you can use. So let's just pick one, for example, this one. And you will be able to see how it looks like. If you like it and you think, well, that's exactly what I need, install it. But you can also, just also check out the other pages that come with these themes. Now let me go back. Here you saw that they have multiple pages available. Let's go and find another one. For example, this one. Yes, here they also have more available. I already see a few little things that I'm not quite sure I like about this one. But as you can see, they look nice. They are very basic and you can always adjust them with your content. Let me see if the design is responsive. And as you can see, this is how it looks like on the phone. Let's open it up a little bit for like tablet. So this looks nice. And let's go back to the front page. Yeah, here probably we could adjust it a little bit more for tablet. But in general, it is responsive, which is always great because then you don't have to somehow install like a separate version, which you have to do with different website builders. Aspect number 4 is speed. In 2018, Google announced that they were going to consider page speed when ranking websites on their search engine. That's why it's extremely important to think about if the theme you want to use will severely impact the speed at which your website loads. It is not easy to find that information because, of course, everybody says they're optimizing for speed. So my suggestion is just Google it. See if speed is an issue that comes up a lot. But just be aware that the theme is just one factor when it comes to page speed. Other factors are the hosting you choose, how big your images are, and many other things that in the end will determine how fast your site loads. And just one remark on that. Any website that is created with a page builder might load a little bit slower than if it wasn't. That is because it needs to load more code than if you don't use a page builder. But There are many things you can do to optimize that. I've done it before. And you can bring it to a point where it won't make any difference. But most importantly, you can do all of it without having to code a single line. Last but not least, the price. There are big price differences when it comes to themes. You can find thousands of free themes, for example, and they are a great solution if you don't want to worry too much about layout or design and just want to take whatever they give you and exchange their placeholder content with your own. If you want to use a paid theme, I would suggest thinking about the yearly cost. If the recurring costs are quite high, you might want to rethink what you're purchasing. A good theme usually costs at least around $100 a year. See if you can buy a lifetime license. It might be a little bit more expensive in the beginning, but in the long run, it's going to be much cheaper. And you won't have any recurring costs. Now, let me introduce to you one of my all-time favorite themes that I use a lot with my clients. Because even if I'm the one creating the website for them, I can show them how they simply can adjust everything for themselves. That gives them a lot of freedom, and it is great for me too, because this way I don't have to be adjusting text and images all day long. Okay, let me present to you Divi. Divi is a premium WordPress theme, but it is much more than that. And let me quote from their website. It's a website building framework that makes it possible to design beautiful websites without ever touching a single line of code and without installing and configuring dozens of disjointed plugins. So let me judge Divi by my own rules. Here is the verdict: functionality and ease of use. With Divi, you can create whole layouts from scratch, as they offer a great website builder. And if you need some inspiration, they have hundreds of layouts that you can install with the touch of a button. I have tried many different page builders, and from my experience, Divi is the most comprehensive one and certainly the easiest to use for non-coders. Compatibility. Since Divi is one of the most popular WordPress themes out there, most of the plugins are compatible with it. Because, of course, all the plugin developers want to make sure that their plugins can be used with any website. Maintenance. As I said before, you can always find a theme's latest releases. For Divi, you can find it here. And as you can see, they constantly update their theme. This is a really good sign. Number 4, speed. You will find a lot of people that say Divi makes their website super slow, and it can, but it doesn't have to. I have created many Divi websites, and with good hosting and by adhering to some best practices, you can make your website just as fast as any other one. If you want to learn how to make your Divi page faster, subscribe to this channel, as I will be releasing more videos on this topic. Lastly, price. Divi costs $89 a year. I think this is a really good price for all the functionality you get within the theme. If you like it, you can even upgrade to the lifetime license, which costs $249. Similar themes might cost slightly less, but you are limited to just one website. As soon as you want to use it on another site, you have to upgrade to the next tier or buy an additional license, and that is certainly more expensive than the Divi's $89 per year. Okay, did you notice that I'm a Divi fan? From years of experience using it, I can really tell you it's totally worth it, especially if you are not a coder. All right, that is it for today. If you liked the video, please give it a like. Subscribe if you want to learn how to achieve a life where you have freedom of location and time. And if you have any questions about WordPress or Divi, please don't hesitate to add them in the comment section, and I'll happily answer them. Thank you for watching, and until next time.